people, welcome to another episode of Talking with Anna, where we don't do small talk. We talk about the things that shapes faith, raises children, and shifts generations. I remain your host, Anna, and on every episode, I pull up a chair with someone whose insights and intelligence leaves you in awe and wanting more. My guest today is not just an ordinary person. She's a sweet 16, a mother, a wife, the owner of a kitchen called Yeri Yeri Kitchen. She's also a gospel music artist. She has earned so many recognitions. She's well traveled. She was born and raised in Nigeria. And I think at this point, I should let her hype herself small. So welcome, Minister Jeje. How are you feeling
how
today?
are you doing?
I'm very well.
I'm very well, thank you.
All these things I have said, hope it's not too much.
You have said everything.
No, I haven't though. So I want you to tell us something different from what I have said.
Okay, what's different? You have said I'm a mother.
Yeah.
You have said I'm a gospel music minister.
Yeah.
You have touched the kitchen aspect of it.
Yes.
What else haven't you touched? I'm a pastor's wife, Abby. You didn't touch that one.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
And you didn't mention that you're an African parent. Strict to the core.
You didn't ask me that one.
But tell us now because what we're going to talk about, you're going to show us.
And when we get there, we will cross that bridge.
All right. So today we are going to be discussing what my generation and the generation after me are calling trauma. But your generation called it discipline.
Okay.
So what would you say about that first?
So who is correct? Is that the question?
Who is correct?
I think we are correct.
Your generation?
Yes, our generation is correct. To call it discipline, as against you calling it trauma.
Okay, so what's trauma in your own definition, and what's discipline to you as an African parent?
Well, as an African parent, I've been privileged to travel wide.
Okay.
And I've seen what you call discipline from different angles, how parents discipline their children. And I can categorically tell you for free that African parenting, African discipline, still the best.
I'm not going to disagree.
You will not disagree. I don't know how you were disciplined when you were growing up. So would you call your own discipline trauma or discipline?
Discipline. I mean, many things I see online now, many things I see outside. I'm grateful for the way I was brought up.
So did you at any point think it was traumatizing the way your parents disciplined you?
Yes, I felt like running away. I felt like they were being too difficult, but I thank God for that parenting because it's what shaped me.
Thank you.
Now.
Thank you.
For this generation, they are not listening.
So they're not listening, but it is still there. It is still there. So that's why as parents, we cannot afford to say because it is a certain generation and they're feeling the way they're feeling, then we now stop. Because that thing is still there. It will still make you feel these people are hard.
Yeah.
It will still make you feel I'm not convenient with the way my mom is talking to me. I don't like the way my mom is talking to me. She's not giving me enough freedom. But I was talking to my boys. I have not necessarily my biological children, but I'm privileged to have quite a number of boys live under my roof.
Okay.
And I was still telling them a few days back, I said, the reason why I will not stop talking to you people is because 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, you guys will remember these times that we have today or that we usually have. I usually make sure that during devotion, I talk sense into their head because I cannot beat them. And that's another angle of discipline. You don't necessarily have to carry cane and beat a child to discipline that person. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
So I constantly talk to them. I ask them, what do you do with your time? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Do you wake up in the morning and carry your phone? Phone is the first thing that comes to your mind. You carry your phone. A lot of atrocities are being committed by this generation. So you carry your phone, you are watching, what do you call it? X-rated films. Your parents don't know about it. I said, God is seeing you.
Definitely.
It's as you lay your bed that you lie on it. It's not cliche when they say that thing. I tell my son, the way you lay your bed, if you don't lay your bed in the morning, when you come back, you will meet it the way you left it. You cannot just sleep on that bed because it's not laid. You probably will have to come back and lay that bed because it wasn't laid. So when they say, as you lay your bed, so you will lie on it, it's not cliche. And you see, the aspect of discipline is not something we can afford to throw away.
True.
We cannot afford to throw it away. As African parents, it's very necessary. Look, there are some stages that require cane, yo.
Definitely.
And you cannot afford not to go through that stage. Me, I've used cane before. But now, so it's in stages. There's a stage that requires cane. There's a stage that requires talk.
Yeah.
There's a stage that requires writing. You just pray that I don't have to write to you, because that day is the day you will shape your life. Just allow me just speak to you, because if I have to carry pen and now say I want to write you to, you are it's more than beating. It's more than beating. So that's why there are stages of discipline. But if you begin to see it as trauma, then it is working. Do you understand?
So it's an ideology.
Do you call it ideology? If you go back after your parents have spoken to you, and you think, and it gets you to that point where you feel this is too much, it's a lie. It is because it is working. It has touched something in you. That's why you feel that this talk is too much. Why would my mom slap me? What did I do? I'm already 15 years old. My mom should not be slapping me again. It is touching something. It is touching something. And that's where the shaping will now begin to form. And that's why you see private universities, right? I will not mention the names of the universities. They're supposed to be cultured. They're supposed to instill discipline in the so-called universities, and you find most of the girls coming out from the universities to come and club in Lagos.
Worse than they went there.
And in such schools, they feel that they have instilled a lot of measures to curb these children from getting wayward. But can I shock you? In that same school, there will still be some people that will not go the way of some of those girls who are going clubbing.
Definitely.
So do you want to tell me that those children that did not go the way of those ones that have gone clubbing did not get discipline? Remember the child of whom you are. That can only happen if somebody has spoken to you. Then there will be a reference. So if you want to take certain steps, you can now say, Jesus, if my mother catch me, I'm a goner. Because your mother has spoken. If she doesn't speak at all, then there's trouble. There's nobody to fear. There has to be somebody that you are fearing. Whether your mother or your father, that fear has to be instilled. It's not trauma. It's not, my darling, it's not trauma. It's very, very necessary in the upbringing of children. Because if that fear is not instilled, there's no reference. Because even those that discipline their children, there's still some of them who don't even listen to the discipline, who don't go the way of discipline, who don't go the way of, following the paths that their parents have, taught them and all that. And those are the ones that will say, I beg you, Jare, shebi I'm now free. I'll follow man. Like I follow, I won't go club, Jare. Every time, mommy would be locking the door. You say, come back home at 9 o'clock. Come back home at 10 o'clock. Hey, I don't follow man. I must see freedom. Do you understand?
Yes.
But it doesn't rule out the fact that their parents have spoken to them. They have just chosen to go that way. So imagine if they did not even have anybody speaking to them, or they did not even have the fear of anybody. There are other universities, somebody was sharing their experience with me, how her son, put his friends together. They contribute money, charter a bus that would take them from the school to church in the morning and come back, and you organize fellowship in a school that has freedom. In that school, some of their friends will go and collect, what do you call it? Is it Airbnb they call it?
Yeah.
Or apartment?
Yeah.
Go and collect apartments because they are children from wealthy parents. They collect apartments, they'll hang out, bring girls, they'll party, they'll come back to school after weekend, Monday resume school. And they know these people. But they decided not to go that way. Their mothers and their fathers are not in school with them.
Yeah.
So they probably don't even know what they're doing. But there are still some. So that boy now said, the mother was telling me that boy said, the mother now said, she asked him, why didn't you follow this? He said, me, I don't allow my mother to come and kill me if she finds out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So you don't buy into this idea of gentle parenting?
What's gentle parenting?
And now, if your child beats you, you'll not say, stop, Junior, stop.
I don't buy into it.
Junior, go to your room. No, this one to stay.
No. That one cannot. Maybe if you ever have another guest, another guest can tell you their own. But me, I used to tell people, I said, look, before I had my son after waiting for 10 years, and some of my friends who had their children before me, I remember one of my friends came to my house one day and I said, what happened to your phone? He said, I don't have a phone again that my daughter threw it inside the water. And the way she was just gentle about it, I was like,
it's okay.
Really? How? Why? What happened? And I told myself, I said, when I didn't even have a child then. I said, when I have a child, my child will not throw my phone inside water. What would you say is wrong with you? Because you're a baby or you are crawling or how? So before I born that child, I used to tell him as he was in the belly that you will not throw my phone inside water. Don't try it, Don't try it, You will not do this. And my brother-in-law knocked on my door one day after I had him, and he said, Tayo, who are you talking to in that room? I said, me I Tayo, me kuni kono la. He said, why are you always talking to this boy as if he's a grown-up, that is an adult? I said, they hear.
They hear, definitely.
They hear. I didn't have any issues, anybody throwing my phone inside water when I was growing up. If you misbehave, I correct you. I don't believe in gentle parenting, but I try to balance.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I constantly tell him, I'm your best friend. You can run to me whenever you feel that there is nobody for you to talk to. I'm your safe space. Yeah. So I create that atmosphere where you feel that it is only my mother that I can discuss this matter with. So you have to be able to strike a balance as you're disciplining the children. They have to also see you as their friend.
That's right.
As you are instilling that fear in them, they also have to make them realize that you are their safe space. I read one story. A woman said that her daughter went out clubbing. She had actually lied to the mom about where she was going. Meanwhile, she went out clubbing. And when I think somebody now wanted to rape her or something, she just picked the phone. The mother didn't know where she was. She just picked the phone when she got into the trouble and called her mom. And she said, Mom, please come and pick me. Say, where are you? I'm at so place. The place, the mother could not believe she could be in that kind of place. And she picked her car, drove down, went to pick her, saw her crying, went to pick her, picked the daughter, put her in the car, and did not say a word to that girl till they got home. Say, are you okay? Yes, I'm. Dropped her at home, locked her room, went to sleep. She did not engage her. You don't know that one gone is trauma. That one has
what to expect now.
You don't know what to expect. Then you are expecting that your mother is going to freak out, scream on you, Why are you here? Why did you come here? What happened to you? Why did you do that? Why did you lie to me? And she didn't say a word to you guys. You drove like an hour. She didn't say a word to you. She didn't ask you what happened to you. She didn't say anything. And days started counting after that. She didn't say a word. And they never went back to it till 10 years after that incident happened.
10 years.
Yes, after the girl now started having her family. Then she now called me. You, this woman, you are very wicked. Oh. You have never brought up this matter with me since that. Why didn't you been say? The only reason why I didn't bring up the matter is because I was just thanking God after I realized that I was your safe space. It could have been any other person. You could have decided to call any other person. You could have decided to call a friend. You could have decided to call any other person. But the fact that you called me, it made me realize that I did my parenting well. I'm still your safe space. So we have to do everything within our power to make sure that our children see us as their safe space. I constantly ask, who is your best friend? They say, Mommy, you are my best friend. I'm your best friend for life. You can discuss anything with me. If anything goes wrong, come to me. But that should not rule out the place of discipline.
That's very important. I mean, having a home where you can come back, because I mean, the Bible says that train up a child in the way he should go, and when he's old,
He will not depart from it.
And also that, what's the English of that one now? It's in the heart of a child that's weary.
Now I'm going down.
And it's by the road. And it's by the road that you will bring it out, right? So, okay, let me just quickly ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, two scriptures, Proverbs 13:24 says, spare the rod and spoil the child. And Ephesians 6:4 says, do not provoke your children to anger.
Yes.
So, how do we honestly hold both of these at the same time? I know you've touched it, but do you have like a personal story or something that you can use to emphasize this?
Okay, provoke your children. Do not provoke your children to anger.
Yeah.
So, do I have any personal experience? I think it still boils down to trying to balance. Because I noticed that sometimes when I try to discipline the boys, he doesn't sit down well with them. Sometimes they get angry. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes they get angry and I'm thinking, I hope I wasn't too hard. And that's why as parents, it's a lot of work.
It is.
You understand? Before you start, it's not just a title when they say mother and father. It's more than that. It's a ministry. It's a calling for you to be able to do your parenting right. You know. So when I see that approach and I see that my discipline is probably leading to anger, what do? I first pray. Okay. Because these children, they can withdraw.
Yeah.
Once they start withdrawing, then there's a problem. We've had cases of children who parents have disciplined and some of them even committed suicide. We've had cases of parents whose children have compared with other people and it made them, instead of getting better, to get worse. I heard the story of a family of a son. They were having like a podcast, and their mom was there, and the three of the children. And you know, the boy said that he really wants to give kudos to their mom and their father, that because there was never a time that their parents compared the three of them academically. There was never a time that dad said, Shegun did better than Kemi. See, why are you scoring 85 in this score? This person did better than you, and your elder sister did better than you. That there was never a time that their parents compared any of them. They dealt with them individually. Nobody knew anybody's results, so there was no basis for comparison. So as those children were growing up, everybody grew up with confidence. They had their self-esteem intact. There was nobody that was saying that. So as parents, it's a lot of work to parent. It's a lot of work, because the moment you provoke these children to anger, you can lose them. You can lose them. You can lose them entirely, and you will not be able to get them back.
When you say lose, what do you mean?
They will just cut off. We have had cases of children who leave home and you cannot even trace them. So sometimes when you're too hard on these children, you lose them. You cannot communicate with them the way you should. And that's why a child will be something at home, and when he's outside, he's something else. You have lost such a child. You have lost such a child.
Is there anything that can be done to bring back such children?
Prayer and balance. In your disciplining, you have to be very, very intentional about it.
After they've lost the child,
yes,
how do you bring back such a child?
Prayer and love. You cannot afford to stop loving.
What of parents that do not have this? Some parents have been so over disciplined that they don't know how to.
And when they lose them, they will soften.
How do you bring back such a child that has gone?
Especially
when they are grown up already.
Is love. And that's why you see some children, once they get to that stage of entering university, they just cut off from their parents. And you hear things like, you have not even called home for the past 3 months. Such children will not, when they are on break, they won't want to come home.
Yeah.
You have not even called me in the past 3 months. Why haven't you called me now? You see some children, when they are about to get married, they will tell the girl that they want to marry that, I don't want you to be close to my mother. Yes, I don't want you to be close to my mother. My mother is very, very toxic. Is very, very toxic. This thing didn't just start.
Yeah.
It started from way back. And they have been able to just build that mindset that, look, this woman, nah. And, sometimes it wasn't intentional. The woman didn't set out to be bad. It was just because there was no balance in the way she was disciplining the children.
Okay, you just covered one of my questions anyways. Okay. So is there a faith-rooted model of discipline that does not rely on fear, pain, or shame? What does that actually look like in a real home?
Love.
Like a faith model.
Love. Every of your discipline has to come from that place of love. They're your children. Okay. You can't throw them out. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So love has to be the basis. And you have to let them know that the reason why I'm doing this is because I love you. You are my son. You are my daughter. I can't love anybody. I can't love anybody more than you. This is coming from a place of love. And that's why, that's the model I adopt. As I'm finishing yabbing you, as I'm finishing disciplining you, as I'm doing everything, I say, can you tell me the reason why you think I said the things I said? Can you tell me the reason why I reacted in that way? Can you tell me the reason why? If you cannot tell me, then you're going to be seeing me as someone who is wicked. I ask my son sometimes, how do you perceive me? Do you think I'm too strict? Do you think I'm too firm? Do you think... So we have that conversation. So you have to make room for such conversations. Let them be free to tell you who they think you are. Say, mommy, you are very wicked though. Yeah. If I'm wicked, if you feel that I'm wicked, just say that, mommy, you are very, very wicked. You are very wicked. Let them be able to open up to you, and so you will know how to now come and balance the thing. Because if you keep shooting, wait, if you big fear, and there's no balance, they will go. So, and once they go, it's difficult for you to bring them back, because it is only prayer that can bring such children back when they go like that.
But why is it that in those days, when parents are disciplining their children, they forget to add the why? And I believe that that's what's making us ask questions now. Why did you do this? I understand you're trying to train me, but why? So now you said you're asking your son, do you know why I did this? I think our parents could have asked us that do you know why I'm doing this?
They didn't know better. It's just basic. They didn't know. That's how they knew how to.
But some parents are still doing it. I was speaking to the children today in church before I came here, and I was telling them about purity and keeping yourself, and why are you keeping yourself? Because I believe that you can just say, oh, I'm a virgin, and you are not asking, okay, why am I even keeping? Is it because my parents say so, or because it's for my own self dignity and all of that? And same goes to when their parents says, don't do this. Okay, they are not asking why, but nobody's giving them the answers. So do you think that in this parenting thing, it is important to state whys? And I believe that this would shape the children more, right? Okay, so can you say something on that?
Is that not what I just touched on? That's my own approach.
Okay. So children, I don't know. I feel that, like the topic says, that we call it trauma, right? But your generation and parents call it
discipline.
Training.
Oh, training.
Yes, training, discipline, right? But I don't know. I still have this itch that, despite the fact that some parents got it right, do you have an idea on why some children still miss it? Why they still end up the way they end up? Because it's crazy.
It's crazy. That question is going to be very difficult to answer, because we've had cases of, parents who really train their children well, and their children end up as drug addicts. In fact, I've seen a case where it wasn't just the guy, it was both the guy and the girl who ended up as addicts. Their father was a very successful doctor abroad, but the children ended up as addicts, and he had just 2 children. I think that was what even killed their mother. So the question you now ask is, where did they go wrong? They had the best of in the academics. They went to good schools. They went to but some of these things are just mysteries. They're mysteries, because even those who didn't have as much privilege as the ones who were privileged, they turn out better than the so-called privileged ones. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I was telling, the boys a few days back that, look, what I'm giving you guys now, some children would pay to have it. Some children will pay to have it. Some children will feel, if only I had somebody to talk to me. If only somebody told me not to go this path. If only somebody, I said, so what I'm giving you, money cannot buy it. I said, but you might not realize it now until 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. So I think that aspect, it is only God that can help us shed lights.
Okay, so as a parent, what would you say to other parents out there? Before I ask you what you will say to the children, what will you say to the parents out there that are going to come across this video?
Okay, I want to say that as parents, I know we're doing so much. We're doing so much. So, and I have to say kudos to us. But at the same time, I want us to see parenting more as a calling. I want us to see it more as a calling. I want us to be more intentional. I know we're trying, but I want us to be more intentional about this thing called parenting. I want us to see how we can be friends with our children, even in the place of training, in the place of discipline, in the place of chastising, in the place of all that. We have to be able to strike a balance so that our children can constantly see us as their safe space.
That's wonderful. Points taken, so that when I give birth to, I'll get the right thing to do. And I'm going to use that for my children in church. I'm a children's teacher. And I'm
that's
a proud
good.
one.
That's good.
I mean, sometimes they tell me that I'm behaving like an African parent. I tell them that the house I came from, even my dad that I stay with, well, you cannot afford to misbehave. You have to be. He will tell you, if you are not using initiative, you have to be smart. That's what made me sit up. I mean, the 4 years I've been with my uncle, I've sat up. I know, me myself, I know that something in me has shifted.
Exactly.
You cannot afford to make mistakes. Sometimes I'm too firm. Say, you are too firm, but use it now. That don't use it at home. Use it out there. Okay, so what will you say to the children now? That they believe that, they believe that their parents failed them just because they were trying to instill discipline.
Okay, so to the children, I want to beg you. I think I should come from that angle. I want to beg you. We love you. Seriously, we love you. And the trainings and the discipline is only coming from a place of love. And I want you to be able to see it from that angle, that your mother cannot carry you in her womb for 9 months and birth you and not want the best for you. The reason why she beats you, the reason why she constantly nags you, the reason why she's constantly on your case is because she wants you to turn out to be a better version of yourself. She doesn't want you to go through what she has gone through. I was telling one of my cousins this morning, and I was saying to her, I said, you this girl, you have really changed though. I said, if I decide to tell your sons the trouble you gave us when you were growing up, hey, they'll be shocked. I said, should I tell them? Oh, don't tell them, oh. Don't tell them, oh. I said, I should not tell them. I said, so have you told them? He said, no, I can't tell them. I said, so children, it is because we love you. That is why we nag you. And that is why we discipline you. So if only you can see it from that place of love, then you will understand where we're coming from. We don't want you to be lost. We don't want you to lose yourself. We don't want you to go the way of the world. And that's why we constantly tell you what to do and what not to do, because we have walked that path.
Yeah.
We have been there. And the reason why we are trying to allow you walk in another path is so you don't make the same mistakes that we have made. It'll be very, very foolish of us to allow you make some of the mistakes that we have made when we have experienced it. And that's why a woman will tell her girl child, don't allow any man touch you.
If so, you get pregnant.
Because you don't get pregnant. The woman that is talking, maybe that's the same thing that happened to her. Maybe she's a single mother. You understand?
Yes.
And she doesn't want a repetition of what happened to her to happen to her daughter. He said, you know what I've been through. And this girl, you still will not have sense. You go and follow man. And you're not saying that your mother is strict. Do you want to suffer like your mother? You understand?
Yeah.
Your father is telling you, don't follow those boys. Oh, he knows, he's talking from experience, because the boys he followed when he was your age, it did not end well. So he's saying, don't follow those guys, they will mislead you. Don't follow this one, they will mislead you. And you're saying it's too harsh. It's love. So please, let us see it from the place of love. We children.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. And please subscribe, like, share, repost. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Follow me for more of this kind of content. And don't worry, every week we drop interesting episodes. And see you on the next one. Bye.